Hey there, it's Mr. Dunaway, and guess what? We get to do our stock market update. So this is when it gets exciting. We have a few things we have to get in order here. And to do that, what I'll need you to do is open your document. Your stock investment document should be on your M drive, and it's going to be a pretty smart thing if we back this file up somewhere. So when we're done here, you might want to save a copy on your H drive as well as your M drive. We'll talk about that at the end if I remember. If I don't, tell me I forgot, and we'll do it in class. At the bottom of the screen, you should have three tabs: Original Investment, My Investment, and My Update. And we need to do some things here first. So on your Original Investment tab, if you're not there, click on it. Go up to Insert, click on Insert, and then click on Text Box. And when you click on Text Box, you're going to notice your mouse, it's moving in the middle of the page. It looks kind of like a sword or a lightsaber. Now if you do a left click, you're going to get this box with 6 dots around it. What that is a text box, and that's basically like an image. We can type something in there, and we can move it around the page. And here's what I would like you to type: caps lock, all in caps, do not edit this page, couple exclamation points. And we're going to make that font nice and big. I'll explain why in a moment. You should be on the Home tab. I think it defaults over there when you start typing. On your font, let's make it really big and obnoxious. I'm going to go all the way down to 72, and it goes off your screen. But if you grab the border or the perimeter of the text box, you can drag it around. And then if you notice the dots, if you grab on one of the middle dots, you can pull the text box and kind of fit it on the page neatly. While it is selected with the dots around the page, go up to the paint can and let's put a background on it. So we really want this to stand up, because on this particular sheet, we're not ever going to change the original investment, because we want to have a history of the documents that we purchased. Okay? So we don't want to change that. We want to look at what we purchased, and we also want to see what we had the chance to purchase and how those prices have changed. Now, let's take a copy of this text box. So, get on the text box. It should be selected. Do a right-click copy. Okay, right-click, make sure you're on the text box, copy, and then click on the tab that says My Investment. Now, that's the tab that has your graph on it. And if you do a right-click here and then go to paste, I have the wrong thing on it. If you did it right, you should have that on there. I somehow clicked the wrong thing. I believe when you click on the text box, you have to make sure the perimeter is solid. I had a dotted one. I don't think I copied it right. So let's try it again. Make sure you've got a solid border around it. Copy, and then go to My Investment. Do a right click there, paste. There we go. So you should get that page right there. Now, we don't want to change this page either, ever, because this is our original purchase. See, the difference is that other page had all the things we didn't buy. This page has only the things that we did buy, and we want that a record of what we bought without the other stuff, because we want to be able to look at just the things we bought on one nice page as well. So that's why we set our spreadsheet up this way initially. Now, if this graph is bothering you, you can change the size of the graph, or if you click on the graph and make sure you have the solid edges around it, and then you do a right click and you go down to where it says Bring to Front. You see that? It says Bring to Front, and you just click on Bring to Front. It'll actually layer the graph on top of your little text box you put, or you can slide the graph around. Heck, you can slide it, make it bigger if you want to, however you want, as long as you can see your graph and the note to not edit this page. So Original Investment and My Investment should have this kind of obnoxious note, so you don't ever have to change anything on this page as far as I know. Where you're going to do the changing is on the tab that says My Update. So now click on My Update, and you'll see the text box and the graph have disappeared. And this is the page where we get to do the things that is the fun part. You get to watch and see how your portfolio changes. So right now it should say $100,000, and we are going to go grab the current prices and see how your current stock is doing. All right, so go to the Start menu. Now what I've done is I have placed the updates on the O drive because a few people were having trouble opening that document on my off my website. So to make it safe, I put it on the O drive for today. We may try my website again later. But go to Computer, and you're going to get some drives again. You won't have the ones I have. Go to the O drive, Doc Share, CST, double click. These are left clicks, by the way. And you'll need to scroll down to the file that is my name, Dunaway. Double click. Now you have a file called Stock Market. Now if you lose track of where I am, you can stop the video. You can also look up here. See where my mouse is moving? That is a trail of folders that I've opened. Go to Stock Market, double click. October 16th update, double click. And you're going to get another spreadsheet that looks something like that. These are the current prices for October 16th. I should have put the date on that. Oh, it is in the title, right up at the top. I just hit the button that minimized that screen, so you might have something like this. What you're going to want to do now is you're going to want to split these two files open on your screen at the same time. That'll make your life a heck of a lot easier because it gets a little weird right here. What we want to do now is you want to take the stocks that you purchased, okay, and you're going to replace the price on your spreadsheet here with the new prices, and you're going to have to do that one at a time. Okay, don't try to do this in a bulk thing or you're going to end up losing something that you will want later. Okay, so on your stock investment, you're going to replace these prices. So, for example, if you purchase 3M, okay, you would put 217.72 in for the new price if you purchase 3M. Now, I'll warn you here, these, I copied and pasted this from the internet. The blue on October 16th, those are all active links to the internet. So if you click something and all of a sudden Chrome opens up and takes you to a website, that's what you did. Just close that window and come back here. All right, so you'll need to do that individually for the 5 companies you purchased. What I did is the first company I purchased was Apple, and the price today is $156.99. So I'm going to go into my spreadsheet where I have Apple. I'm going to replace that number with 156.99. Now don't do what I'm doing now unless you bought Apple, and put in your new price for Apple. Okay, and then you need to do that for all of the next stocks. For Johnson & Johnson, today it's worth 136.43. So I'm going to click on my spreadsheet, 136.43, and go ahead and take a minute and put in those 5 stocks. I'm going to pause the video, and in a few seconds I'll have all my new prices entered, and you can pause the video now and enter your 5 stocks and then restart the video after you've updated your prices. Okay, if you are back, you should have now all of your new prices updated. So these are the only cells you should have typed anything in. You don't have to try to change anything on the October 16th folder. In fact, if you have that now, you can close that update folder. We don't really need it anymore at this time. Okay, so now what we can do is we'll be adding things to this as we go, and eventually we'll take a look at our stocks. I think another thing we should do just for now is maybe type in the date up here, which would be October 16th, and we will change that each time we do that. And our current value of our portfolio is this cell right here. In fact, you know what we should do is we should bold that and maybe even make it a little bit larger because that's the value of our stock. So I haven't done real well. I've only made $87. I believe I lost money on Apple and United Health. United Health is currently $192. If I click back again on my investment, I can see United Health was $199. So that's one of the reasons we never want to change this page that says my investment. Now what we will do is we will create another page eventually that tracks every price of each company as we go, but we're not going to get to that today. But what we do need to do today is add one more sheet, and I think we have time to do that. I'll have to talk kind of fast, so hit pause as you go if you need it. Click over here on New Sheet. And what you're going to do on New Sheet is let's take cell row A, make it a little bit wider. Click down to about maybe cell 2 and just in all caps type date. Click over to B1 and type total. And then go down to B2 and type value. Whoops. All right, and let's take those two rows and let's make them bold and let's make them a little bigger. Let's make them maybe 14-point font and let's center them. And then just row 2, let's do underline. So we have something that looks like that. What we're going to do on this page is we're going to keep a running total of the overall value of our portfolio. So let's rename the sheet down at the bottom of the page. If you double click on sheet, and you can type history of portfolio. And this will be a running total of all of our dates and purchases. So the first thing you need to do in cell A3 is type in the date 10/9/17. And you'll have that there. Let's center these dates too. So just go ahead and select column A, align, whoops, center. You might have to hit it twice. And we have our total value of the portfolio on that date, which I'm going to make cell B a little bit larger, was $100,000. That was our first investment. All right, I want to do some formatting in cell B real quick. So hit the B column, select the whole thing, do a right click, and go to Format Cells. Go to Currency, and let's see, currency, we want the symbol. I don't see it, usually it defaults. We want that dollar symbol, so you may have to go down and select that dollar symbol there, and 2 decimal places, hit OK, and then center align it. So hopefully it looks something like that, and you know what I'd like to do is make this just a little bit. Let's make it all 14-point font. There we go, much better. Now what we want to do is put our first update, which was October 16th. So on the next row, do 10/16/17. Hit enter. And now what you'll need to do is click back to My Update, see what this value was right here, $100,087.55. I guess I could copy it. It's probably going to bold it for me, which means I'll have to redo that all again. So if you right-click, paste it. Now let's see what happens, and it's not going to work. Okay, the reason that's not working is because it's a formula. So here's a trick. Right-click on it and try Paste Special, and let's see if that'll work right there. Nope. Let's try Paste Special 1, 2, 3 values. Yeah, that'll work. So again, what I did is I did a right-click, Paste Special, and then I went to, which one was it? Nope, no, I didn't do Paste Special. I'm sorry, I did the one that just had the numbers 1, 2, 3. What that does, it just reads the text as a number, not as a formula. Okay, let's unbold it so it matches. So now we can see the history of our investment there. I know that's probably a little bit confusing for us, but do that the best you can, and then I'll be around to help you if you get confused. And that's all we need to do with this today. When we finish that, I might do something with you in class to do the next piece of it, unless I have more time to make a video later. So go ahead and do that, save your document, and we will go from there. Okay. Hope you made money. Later.